Hi guys, Harry Yotis here, professional trader for 20 years. Started my career way back in 2005 and still alive in 2026 under the threat of World War III apparently. So let's begin. Okay, today, looking at a picture of the S&P 500. This was Thursday the 12th of March, a big down day. We're losing 1.5% and we're clearly below the support resistance level of 673, okay? It looks like we're going to be approaching the 652 very soon. Who knows? But the big news, as always, we have a one-issue market, and that is war. Again, yes, again. Like the saying goes, the beatings will continue until morale improves. Okay, so that's what we have going on today. First, let's look at the technical picture. Okay, this is still in a consolidation pattern. Anything around this area right here is consolidation. It's a big, messy knot of trading here. Okay, until we go below the 652, we're still in neutral, sideways, choppy environment. The market is down, let's say, around 4%, maybe between 4 and 5%, let's say, and all because of war and the propaganda and the all of the like saber rattling going on that goes on with it. Okay, so technically we are still neutral. And we always pair it with a sentiment. Okay, so the CNN Fear and Greed Index, extreme fear. We're finally hitting extreme fear. We're there. The momentum is extreme fear. All of the good stuff, the strength in the bread is now at fear. Put calls, a lot of puts were bought today, I'm sure. Market volatility is fear, but everything is extreme fear or fear. We're very close to getting everything at extreme fear. Okay, so we are literally at 21. We could tomorrow, if we close at the lows, we could gap down open tomorrow. Okay, we can gap down open tomorrow easily, and if we bring in the moving averages here, you can see that if we get to the 652 level, will be extreme, but the 200 moving average is above that. It's at 657. We could easily hit that. Okay, and it'll be unique. It'll be the first time since a while going above it in like May of 2025. The first time that we're going to hit it. Okay, we will get at extreme levels of hitting this. Okay, so everybody's telling you here that we're at extreme levels. Everybody is well positioned on the fear side. Everybody's well positioned that this war will continue and get worse. Okay, so sentiment is really, really getting there at extreme. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. Okay, we need a technical level too. And on Thursday, I get my favorite sentiment indicator, which I look forward to every week. It's the AAII Investor Sentiment Survey. And look at that. The bears were always there, and all you needed was a war for the bears to come out. 46.4% bearish, 31.9% bullish. The bears are all in full force. Again, remember, this is not a timing indicator. This can continue for another 2, 3, 4 weeks. Who knows? Remember, this is a one-issue market. War or no war. War, they're going to try to sell everything. Okay? But here it just tells you that where everybody is positioned. Okay? We have sentiment positioned uber bearish. Not super extreme, but we're at extreme. We're at the extreme fear. We're not really... during last year's taper tantrum here, we went to like 3 on the extreme fear reading, and we dropped like 20%. Okay, here we're down like 4.5%, let's say 4.5%, and we're already at like 21. I don't know how long it's going to go before we get to 3, maybe around here. When we need to hit that 652 level, break the 200, get everybody short again before we go up. Excuse me, guys, I'm fighting a little bit of a cold. But that's the thing. Like, sentiment is so one-sided. Everybody is already positioned for Armageddon. Okay, you want to go on the other side. Of course, protect yourself with with your strategies. But right now, I'm waiting to get long. Maybe when it hits the 200 and this level, I will be adding some long share. I will tell you when I do it. Okay, so let's get to the war again. Okay, what we see here, CNBC. Straits of Hormuz must remain closed as tool to pressure enemy, Iran's new supreme leader says. Getting war talk, zero hedge. Okay, Netanyahu, we're hitting Iran forces in the streets. It's like everywhere you go, you're going to see that in Financial Jews, okay? Israel's prime minister, everywhere you look. I mean, you don't even have to like scroll much before you see Netanyahu. We're creating ideal conditions for toppling the Iranian regime. Iran is saying, we're not going to stop. We're going to close the straits. It's just, everybody talks tough, okay? Until all of a sudden, there's a compromise, okay? and like peace happens. And there's gonna be a peace. We don't know when. I don't think this war lasts that long, but that could be another month. Who knows? I just think that it behooves both sides to sue for peace. Even Iran, because it took Iran like 20 years to build up its missile stockpile, and it's already wasted, like, I don't know, by some estimates, 30-40% of its stockpile, in a week or two? You can't wait another 20 years to build that up. Okay, so even Iran is, even if everybody's saying that they're winning, they're doing it at a big cost. And even if they just missile the crap out of everybody in the Middle East, they need to occupy them. Otherwise, those countries will just rebuild themselves. Okay, so it's a useless war for all sides. It's gonna come to an end. People will see a reason at one point. Someone's going to take too much of a beating, whatever. But we don't know when that moment is. But it will come. And because everybody's positioned on one side, it's going to be a massive unwind if and when it does happen, okay? So speaking of one side, look at the oil market. As usual, the first thing we look at is oil. After this break a couple of days ago on Tuesday, we're back up. Okay, everybody's still scared. Oil is at 96, approaching the $100 level. We can continue to go higher. It depends on what happens in the coming days. But if there's some kind of positive announcement of peace or meetings or whatever, oil gets tanked hard. Okay, so everybody's positioned long on oil. You just have to know the positioning. Okay, gold. The very strange thing is that this is a very unique war because, let's get rid of the moving averages. This is a very unique war because you see oil go up, which you should see in the Middle East war, but you see gold ripping. Gold should be up 10% more. Instead, it's down today. Everybody's selling it. I guess maybe raising cash, or it could be maybe because, gold's down, but the dollar's up. So it could be a dollar-based move. And we saw the dollar consolidate, and now the past 2 days, as the market is going down, the dollar is going up. Okay, it's still within this low range. Look, it's still in this area between 96 and 100. I'm looking at a picture of the Dixie. So, it's up, but not really that much. So maybe that's why gold is. Who knows? It's just very weird to see gold down. And other commodities should be ripping. They're not. Silver today did better than gold. It was down 2%. What was gold down? 2%. Silver should be smacked even more. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. Who knows what's going on with this war? But you're seeing asset classes across. You're seeing moves across asset classes that are counter to what you think should happen in a war. Okay, so we don't know. Okay, what we do know is that positioning is way on one side, way on the long side in oil, way on the short side in the market. Okay, and because of the war continuing, we looked at the FedWatch tool, and we saw that. Remember, there were 2 rate cuts priced in by the end of the year. This is the FedWatch tool, the CME FedWatch tool. If we go to the end of the year, let's say by December 2026, there's literally no rate cuts priced in. No change, 41% chance of no change by the end of the year. So 2 rate cuts off the table. It's pretty much even for 1 rate cut. So basically an even job, an even chance of having 1 rate cut. Okay, by January of 27th, then you're getting same thing. No cut, maybe a raise. A 1% chance of a raise. Incredible. Okay, because of the fact that oil is going up and it's going to be quote unquote inflationary. So rate cuts off the table. Imagine if all this gets unwound and you have 1, 2, 3 rate cuts again. Okay, this is why you have to understand that positioning right now, being short the market, you might win if the war continues. But everybody here is short. Okay, and I don't know what your risk reward is. It won't be huge. Okay, it won't be 1-to-1. 2-to-1, that's not enough for me to take a chance, okay? So we have to wait. I want to wait till we get to these extreme levels before I want to go long, take a chance there, okay? So let's reiterate, okay? Sentiment here, technicals are still in the neutral territory, heading towards bearish, still neutral. Sentiment, very bearish, extreme fear everywhere. Almost all indices are extreme fear. AAII, bears are coming in hard, bulls are retreating, not that much. But the bears are coming in hard. So you have sentiment positioned on one side. And this is a one issue market. Okay, it's war. US oil. Up. Okay. Up today on the news that the Straits of Hormuz are closed, Iran is saber rattling. All the news is negative. Okay, gold is down, probably because the dollar is up. Although I don't know. you can't say that's why, but because the dollar was up yesterday and gold wasn't. Okay, wasn't down. So it's just pure speculation. Maybe people are selling gold, liquidating positions because they went short oil again. Who knows? This is all speculation. But this is oil. In moves like this, it's best to stay out of the game. Okay, because buying these parabolic moves up, it's very risky unless you're the best day trader of all time. I would behoove everyone not to do that, but it's better to wait until the extreme situation is on your side. The odds are on your side. Okay, don't worry. If there's something that happens that is positive and the news comes out that there is peace, oil will get destroyed. Okay, that is my trade of the year. Okay, oil. Once the peace talks happen, it's gonna crash like 20%, but then sell it again. It's gonna continue to go lower over time. Okay, you will have a chance. You'll miss the first big move, but you'll get the rest. Okay, so that's it, guys. If you like what you hear, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And of course, let's see what happens on Friday. Maybe some good news comes out. Who knows? Maybe people don't want to start killing each other left, right, and center. Let's see. All right. But I suspect that because we finished low, we might gap down open tomorrow if no news goes on and we continue this downward streak. Okay. Let's see what happens. It's going to be an exciting end of the week. Later.